SF Explorer boards are interactive diagrams that can be saved either in your browser or can be shared with others. So into this short video, I'll show you what you can do with this powerful new tool. So once you connect, you will see this as an example of a board. So you can directly click into each node of this board on right click. And when you right click, you can see some options to either open the card, remove it from the board, or refresh it when needed. So if I open this, I'll see the detail on how it's configured, and I can directly change this. So this is a markdown, as you can see. There is an icon, there is a title, and there is a content. So on each of these cards, you can click on edit, and from there you can change the icon, you can change the title. Welcome, Nicholas. I can put my name, and I can have a description as well. You can go back to the default mode here, which tends to for you to edit directly the content of this markdown, and it will be shown here into this content below. So it's pretty simple, right, to edit them or to change this layout. The interesting aspect about this is not only to have text, right, but to have interactions with your data. So we'll see here how you can search for some records, like searching for accounts, contacts, using SOQL. You can ask the user for inputs, like a name, a first name, but you can also ask for input with data that is in your org. Some of this data can be, you can see, generated out of a library that creates random names, addresses, and so on. On you can create data based on this. So I'm going to create an account on a contact with this name, which is Gardner Amil. So let's click on create, and it will call an API. We'll see this is records it created. So it created 2 records. And if I refresh here, so you can use either refresh from there. So 10 seconds ago, we just created Emil Corporation. And inside Emil Corporation, we probably have an account which is Gardner Emil. So, is the contact associated with this account. You can from there you can see the detail about this record. You can open it to the side, open it full screen, view it in Salesforce, or copy the ID. So that's a simple way to interact. You can have other options, right? Add videos and so on. Let me show you some setup. So the way this form is done is pretty simple. It's a form like this. So it's a JSON schema where you can have the detail of your form like this. So this is my name, this is my first name, this is title, this is type on here. This is the Faker library. So Faker.js is a library that you can use to add and run data on. So if you look into what's available, there is a lot of options available with this, right? So if you want to use an email, you'll use internet.example email or domain and so on. So this is just some options that this library will give you. So I'm going to show you some other example. Let's say I'm going to use a gender, and so I'm going to save this. And so now, it's going to have a different gender, right? It's not it's what's coming out from this library. You can also use some other options. So that's available from here. Once you have this data, you can use this to make any API call. So here I did an example. I'm making an API call to the Composite API, or Salesforce Composite API with this version. Or this is a post. You can use any of these HTTP method. On the body, right, is composed. All of this data, it can be composed with some other data. You can see all the merge fields here. So here you can use the merge field from the contacts we fetched, right? So this is the data that's available inside of this. or the accounts that's inside of the board. And this is how you merge the data. So this is the last name, so it's going to be replaced with bats, and also so on here. And you can preview this. So that's the preview about this, and that's the response. So that's all you create or you call an API to Salesforce. You can also make APIs to other tools like GitHub API. So as you can see, yeah, here I exceeded the rate limit. So this is a response actually from GitHub, right? But if you use it with your own account, you'll see you can use any APIs and retrieve the response. Here, like I'm retrieving the number of stars inside of this repo. That's an example. You can do some other cool stuff like checking some data on your org. So let's see here this is the custom fields, and from there you can compare, you can analyze where they are used and so on. So there are many options. So if you want to edit this board, like do it yourself on add your own data, you right click here and you can add a node, right? So basically you do new node. So instead of new node, you select what you want. For example, listing records. Basically it's just SOQL, so I'm just listing records here. Let's say I'm going to use permission sets, right? And so I'm going to get permission sets here inside of my org, the last 5 permission sets, and I'm going to here displays the permission sets. Obviously you can change the title, change the image, and so on, like we've seen before. Yeah, you can add some markdown, some user input, and by default, yeah, you'll see some examples. So an example that's interesting here for user input is to fetch a user record in your org. So I'm going to add an account. It's going to be selected. So this is how I select an account, right? This is a select field that you can use. And know that you have this account inside of your board. You can use it obviously into your API calls, and you can, for example, do something like, yeah, you did not see it yet, but you'll be able to use it as a merge field into your board like this, right? So it's available on this is the data that we fetch. All of this is data that you can use on this account. So this has a URL, this has a owner ID, and so on. So if you use account.owner_id, you should be able to retrieve this data from the system. Sorry, this is the owner ID I just retrieved from the account I just picked. So that's just a quick introduction. Now, if you want to save this, yeah, just save it, and it will be saved into your browser. Now, sharing this with your rest of your team, you can use this board entry point. It's going to be shared as a static resource, right? I'll show you the detail, but you can just click on new, you create a new board, and you'll have a new board, and this is a board, then that would be stored as a static resource, right? So that's inside of your org. If you want to see the detail about what's in it, actually, you can click on edit, and you'll see the detail, right? So you click on format. This is just a JSON, right? Listing out the nodes, listing out the edges. So there is no edge here on the description, right? So this is actual text data that you've seen into your static resource. Yeah, go back to view. You can see that. You can also see the history. So the history when it was last modified and so on. This is coming from the audit trail you have into your org. So thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any question.